point. Yep, we have sound. All right. And we are tweeted. All right. So, last time on A Crown of Cold Iron, our party has begun their investigation into the law offices of Cawthorn, Allen, Tarr, and Smith. What initially appeared to be a mundane law firm, which was threatening Luz with a rezoning plan. You all have discovered that it is actually some kind of front for fey felines, likely servants of the Kate Sea. You've had correspondence with a partner who goes by the name Buchanan, including an address which has led you to here. You're in sort of a normal, or at least you were, in some sort of normal business park in a very nice part of town. You tried to break into an office through a window and instead found yourselves in the lobby, and apparently at an entirely different time of day. You bypassed the secretary, who kept asking, "Welcome to Cawthorn, Allen, Tarr, and Smith. How can we help you?" And one time, "Meow, can we help you?" You bypassed her, went to the elevators, and pressed the button for the top floor. Instead of the top floor, you seem to be in some kind of cavernous, dark room filled with hundreds of cubicles. And there is a seemingly endless stream of fey felines crawling up out of the dark to attack you. The only sources of illumination are what you've brought yourself, a very faint light at the top of the room, and a red light which is shining on the door you came in. You found some unusual notes in one of the desks. What looked like a piece of paperwork, but was for some reason filled out with a Sylvan version of a fairy tale instead, of some kind. And now you've been fighting off the Fae. So we are picking up at the top of the round. And so once again, everyone needs to roll 1d4.
One.
2.
4.
All right, that was almost a perfect roll. Oh, where did... Oh.
Bless you.
Thank you.
There we go. All right. With that roll,
Know what to do with herself because she didn't have to beg.
one thing starts moving out in the dark. So,
I refuse.
red light shining on the door behind you. It is the top of the initiative, which is the smallest cats, which are the ones attacking Auric.
No.
They're just going to make one swipe each. Claw attack, nat 1. Not a strong start. Second one gets a 20.
Not good.
Damn.
It is the weakest enemy, though. That's 5 points of slashing damage.
All right.
All right, and we are on Cyrus's turn. Cyrus, who's at about half health. And is also still cursed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And where Cyrus is, he can't see anything.
I was about to say, well, I don't. Don't think
Where
I can
am I?
see anybody.
Bless you.
I'll say this. You would almost certainly be able to hear that there is some kind of conflict happening to the north. Now you can see.
Yeah.
All right,
Hi.
you've moved. Let me know when you move 10 feet. I think you've only moved 5 so far.
Yeah. I was trying to get eyes on Lexi and whatever's fighting her, but
I'm up high.
trying to think of the angle here. Give me a perception check.
20.
Okay, on a 20, you can see Lexi like her head and sort of shoulders sticking up over part of the cubicle, and just faintly past her, you see what looks like a weird opalescent color scheme tiger, and it is balanced precariously on the tops of the cubicles on a space about this big across, like maybe a couple of inches, and it is like slashing down at her. So I would say you could, if you wanted to shoot at it from where you're standing, you could, but it probably has at least, I'm going to say 3/4 cover.
Okay. Can I move to...
If you were to move,
In order
like,
to get-
looking into that cubicle, you wouldn't have anything in your way.
All right. And so it's in which... She's in which direction? Like
I'm to your
northeast?
right.
Okay.
So if you went right one, you'd be at the wall to the cubicle.
Yeah.
And then like 2 more blocks. I mean, you can't get into it that way, but I'm like
In there.
I'm inside that cubicle.
Okay. And you can
Like
sort of
one
see
row
it.
up and like a couple rows over.
You're probably not, I guess, holding it at this point. What have you done with your flashlight while you're fighting?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably figured out a way to tie it to my belt loop.
All right, so you can kind of see like it's sort of Batman signaling up into the air, half illuminating this massive tiger.
Okay. So can I... Cyrus would want to move so as not to be in... If there's a way to move to get it without cover, or is it always going to have cover?
It wouldn't have cover if you went like down and over.
Okay.
And once you've gone
So
10
like that-
feet, go ahead and give me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
I'll put you here while you roll.
$19.
Yeah, you clear it easily. There's some like dry erase markers on the ground right where you're about to step.
Okay.
And you just like shift your weight from like the back of your foot to the front and step past. Yeah, you make your way in. Can you
Okay.
see the edge of it from there?
Yes.
Okay. And it's a big, stinking, opalescent color scheme tiger.
Yep. All right. We're gonna hex it. We're gonna hex. Said it's precariously balanced. We'll hex its dexterity.
All right.
And then we'll try to shoot it. $18.
18 will hit.
All right. So roll that piercing damage. We roll that piercing damage.
Ooh.
And we roll some necrotic damage.
All right. So how much
29.
was the piercing total?
Piercing total was 25.
So your arrow doesn't seem to do quite as much damage as you would expect.
Okay.
Even though you've got a magical bow. Usually that's been good enough. But in this case, it seems like this thing is just supernaturally tough. in a way that you've only run into a few times. Your hex damage, however, seems to work perfectly fine. When your arrow hits, the sort of shadowy energy you've wrapped it in coalesces into like a shrieking bird that like pecks at its face for a second, leaving long dark scratches, and then back into smoke. All right, that was your action. Anything with your bonus action?
Bonus action was Hex.
That's right. All right.
So I'm done.
It is that creature's turn now. It's going to roll and see if it gets back its ability. It does not, which is not good for it. Oh, but it is still a big tiger, so it's going to do big tigery things. So it's going to make some claw attacks.
Great.
That's a 16 to hit.
Who's it hitting?
Lexi, of course.
Okay, just making sure.
It's a 16 to hit and an 11 to hit.
All right, the 16 will hit.
All right. 8 points of damage. And give me an intelligence check real quick.
Okay, what type of damage is it?
That is all just plain old slashing.
Okay, so that's half.
Yep.
And then you said plain old intelligence?
Yep.
No, hit the wrong button. 15.
15. So you saw something odd. You've been fighting this creature. When so there was a sort of an unusual series of events. You saw this creature's eyes like flare up with like blue fire. And it happened at the same time that Cyrus seemingly like stepped on a tack in the middle of firing arrows that distracted him for a second. And so it was clawing at you. And when its eyes were lit up, it was doing extra psychic damage. But what you noticed is something changed. Its eyes sort of went back to normal, and it is no longer doing that extra damage.
Okay.
All right.
So the office supplies is haunted.
That's going to be interesting. Show me them passives. All right. So you both notice this. You all both hear the sound of movement, and you see a large shape, like almost silently, over the top of one of the adjoining cubicles. And another cat, this one smaller, this is more like a bobcat size, leaps down and is going to attack Cyrus.
Huh.
It's going to make a claw attack. It's going to crit on a claw attack.
Whoa.
Yowza. That's 8 points of slashing. And 6 points of psychic, which was actually a really low end for the crit damage it could have done.
Yeah.
That was actually barely average damage for a regular attack. But
I get to have both.
yes, you would have both.
Okay. So
Oh,
7
shoot, I need
total.
to fix our tokens. So if you all will try and remind me. Cyrus, you're going to have a 1d4 penalty on your next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw before the creature's next turn.
I've been baned.
Yep. All right. That is that one. I should probably have just made these creatures glow. I'm actually going to do that. Partially just to help me keep track of where they are.
I just got thrown around.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
The
you did.
lighting the lighting only updates when one of you moves.
Okay.
This will give us some fun color things happening.
My cat is glowing pink.
Oh gosh. It's a little terrifying there.
Bright light. 10 feet. Purple. And bright light. And all right. That should make it a little easier for me to remember where they all are. Okay. So he's just been attacked. It is Lexi's turn.
Okay. So I'm going to attack the tiger in front of me with my mallet.
All right.
Oh, that was a 16.
On a 16. 16 hits. It's a big
Okay.
tiger. No armor.
All right, that is 15 points of damage. And then I hit again. All right, and that's a 19.
That also hits.
So that is 14 points of damage.
So what I will tell you is you have the same issue as Cyrus.
Okay.
Your attacks don't seem as effective as you would expect.
Okay.
But you all are still beating the crap out of this thing. It is getting hurt. We'll go ahead and let Auric go. Yeah. Anything
Okay.
else from Lexi?
No.
All right. Auric, you're up.
All right. Bonus action disengage. Yeah.
Do you have something that lets you do that?
Or not, sorry, not bonus action, regular action disengage.
Okay. I was like, wait, what? Are you going to quicken a spell? Is that what you were thinking of?
Yes. I am going to quicken a spell.
I could read your little draconic sorcerer brain.
So, regular action disengage, move as far away as possible. Then bonus action, burn a couple of sorcery points to cast Melf's Minute Meteors.
Nice.
Great name.
And so that means I have 6 little meteors floating around my head, and immediately one of them pops in between those 2 cats that were just attacking me. So they both
right.
need to make a dex save.
I also went ahead and
15.
changed your light to orange just because it seems right.
Fair.
All right, they're making dex saves. Well, that's a 5.
Full damage.
And that is a 12.
Both of them are taking full damage.
All right, you have a real good shot at killing these two.
They are both taking 8 damage.
All right, one of them, burst of fire and opalescent glitter, and it is gone. The other one is just barely hanging on. It looks so very hurt. All right.
I can do 2 of those meteors per turn. So we get to do another one.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
There you go.
And it does
Another dex
2d
save.
something, right?
Yeah, 2d6.
Let's see. What's your save?
15.
It got 15 exactly, so go ahead and roll. You're still almost definitely going to kill it.
6, so it'll take 3.
Yep, you knock it out. So you have action, bonus action, move, and 2 minute meteors. So at the end of the round, everyone make an intelligence check for me.
roll.
3.
16. I kind of rolled twice because it got stuck, but
It was so close to the
first
18,
one.
but I got an 8.
So Auric, you're just sort of awash in the glow of like, yes, I just took out 2 of these things. Cyrus, you're fending off this bobcat. And again, not just like a normal bobcat. This thing is like weird, like otherworldly colors, like green and purple and yellow. It's hissing and spitting and attacking you. Lexi.
Well, that's normal.
You have a moment of like warrior intuition here.
Okay.
These things just keep coming out of the dark.
Mm-hmm.
And you've fought enough of them now. You've seen enough of them, and you're seeing like little glowing patches where it looks like more of them are moving towards you in the dark. You kind of get the impression that like you're not going to run out of cats to fight.
Yeah. Had that thought already.
There must be some other factor here other than just like it just seems like they're just going to keep coming.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, everyone roll a d4.
Four.
Oh no.
4.
Four.
Oh no!
12 new cats.
No. Yeah. So Lexi, you are sort of aided in your thought process by the sounds of lots of like feline yowling sort of coming from the distance, and you see more spots of light starting to appear.
Okay.
Oops.
There's a part of me that wants to speak with animals, and there's a part of me that just wants to get out. I mean, I guess, if they're Fae, then they're not really animals, are they?
No, and that's something that you would probably have picked up by now. That like,
Okay.
yeah, these
Lexi would know she can't really speak with animals here.
Yeah, because the one time that you tried to use speak with animals, you discovered that what you were talking to was a Fae feline, and it didn't speak to you as an animal. It spoke to you in I think it was Sylvan or Common, and then ran off.
Oh, right. Okay.
So you all are seeing a lot more lights.
Yeah, I am.
All right. So with all that in mind, Cyrus, it is your turn.
All right, so I've got one on me.
At the end of your last turn, roll a charisma saving throw. Let's see if you get uncursed. It hasn't affected
Probably
you.
not.
Man. It hasn't affected you yet, but you got that floating minus 1d4 coming. So
Okay.
This could be the turn that you fall.
All right, so I've got one in my face.
Yep, you've got one of the bobcat-sized ones right next to you, and one of the, hurt but not, like, dead tigers attacking Lexi. And I guess probably Auric is yelling that there are lots more of them coming down the center aisle.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, wait. So is the one in front of me?
The one right next to you is the bobcat-sized one. The one fighting Lexi is the one that's the size of a tiger.
Okay. And the tiger looks hurt.
The tiger looks hurt, but not like on death's door.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I still think I'm at my best. If I disengage, take like 2 steps back and shoot at the tiger. Since that's got hex and sneak. Well, I probably don't need to bother with the D4 because I'm guessing a 10 doesn't hit anyway.
No, it doesn't.
All right. So,
But that does clear your curse. So, you know,
all right.
at least it didn't change it from a hit to a miss. So, right when you get about there, there is this red light on this door. And as far as you can tell, it's the only point of light in this room that one of you didn't bring with you, or one of the cats prowling out in the dark.
Does the door open?
You pull it, and it does indeed open.
Okay. All right. So, Cyrus is going to go. Time to go. And
Yep.
hold at the door.
All right. Roll 1d12.
$11.
Okay. So are you gonna step through the door?
No, I'm going to stay. Since I don't know if the door is going to do something weird if I leave, I'm staying inside the room. But
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and give you this really strange thing. So when you open the door, as you look through the door, you are looking out through the door. Somehow on the other side of the door is the room that you're in.
so I'm looking at myself.
Sort of.
Okay.
You got a really good roll, but in a way that makes this a lot harder to figure out.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Cyrus is still sticking put.
All right. Is there anything else?
Nope, that was action and bonus and move.
All right. The tiger is going to go. It rolls to see if it gets its ability back. It still doesn't. Without that ability, it's just sort of a big tiger. But it rolls a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And a 12. So it's going to claw for 4 points of damage. Whoops.
Is that halved or?
Yes, that's just a plain slash. And on a new turn, you should have your reaction back, too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I was going to react with Hero Light.
All right, roll it.
That's 9.
All right. And is that including your con already? Yeah, it'd have to be.
Yeah.
All right. And whatever sort of resistance this thing has, it doesn't seem to stop your hero light.
Okay.
All right. So I need to pay close attention to movement speeds here. you all see another one of these hooded figures step out. It's going to step out to there. And it is going to take one shot at... actually, it's going to take 2 shots at Auric.
Yep.
First one's a 7.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Second one is a 19.
That'll hit.
9 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
But that is its turn. Oh. And now the little ones. Oh, whoops. No, they already went. All right. Lexi, it's your turn.
Okay. So quick question. I can't, so if I decided to cast light, the cantrip, like, does that count as an action? It's a spell.
Yes. In this case, it would.
Okay. Just making sure I knew what I was doing. Okay. Then I'm going to disengage
All right.
and move however many feet I can move.
If you're wanting to go through the door, you could get there in 1 turn.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
All right. Are you going to pass through the door?
I'm gonna go towards it. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, I'm spinning myself around here. I'm kind of tempted to like. Where exactly is this red light? And is it like a light bulb or is it like?
It's just sort of a glow coming off like a silhouette around the door.
Okay. Because like my first thought was like I was thinking of an elevator button, and so I was like tempted to press it. But if it's not really something I can press.
And Cyrus has the door open, and it's this
Okay.
weird disorienting, like you're looking through and you're looking back at yourself.
I'm going to take my javelin and poke it across the door.
Is it just your javelin, or is your hand going to pass through the door?
So far, just the javelin.
Nothing happens.
Okay. So the javelin does not, there's no javelin coming out the other side.
Oh, good
Basically.
question. Let me think about this.
That's what I'm asking.
Um,
Does Lexi on the other side also extend the javelin?
I didn't really think through what would happen if you rolled the same number twice in a row. There was like only a 1 in like 144 chance that you would roll the same number twice.
Yeah.
I think that you don't fully see it poke through. There's almost like a weird sort of phantasmal after image that you see coming the other way.
Okay. I look at Cyrus and I ask, what if you turn it off and turn it back on again? It's worth a shot.
As in close the door. And
Yes,
reopen
as in
back
close
up.
the door and reopen it. Retry turning it off and back on again.
I doubt I can do that. Not on my turn.
Well, Lexi could.
That's true. So I shut the door because I don't want to mess with that crap and try opening it again. If I'm allowed to do that as an action, because I've been doing other things.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Auric, it's your turn. Your friends are now both staring at this weird open door and not going through.
Wait, so Lexi closed and reopened it. Did anything happen?
It did not.
Okay. First things first, since I still have meteors, both of them are going to the archer that hit me.
All right. So 2 dex checks. First one is an 18.
All right.
Second one's a nat 1.
All right, so the first one is halved, the second one isn't. So the first one, he will take 7 points and half is 3.
All right.
Second one, he will take 5.
All right. Pew pew. All right, what else?
Then I will continue running the hell away.
All right, where are you running?
To us.
So now you're all standing at this door.
Yep.
All right, which one of us is going to be the idiot that goes through it first?
Let me zoom the map back in so I can see what the hell is going on. Well, sure. Since I can see both of my friends now, I'll cast Spirit Guardians.
All right. And that is a 15-foot radius?
15-foot radius.
All right. Anything else?
See, that was bonus, move, and action, so nope.
Was that your full movement?
I don't think so. I think it was just barely... Let's see, because I was here?
Yeah, you were... So you all 3 of you are at the open door.
Well, since one of us has to do it, I jump through.
All right. You pass through the door. You pop back out in almost the same spot you were standing. Now all of you see a red light up in the ceiling, like flickers and comes on. And the door snaps shut, but it's still glowing. Actually, I won't say still. It snaps shut, the red glow stops, and then the red glow starts back up again.
Okay.
All right. We are
I guess
at the
that
top.
turned it off and back on again.
Yes. I figured out how to turn it off and back on again.
All right.
Go ahead, and I guess I only need... Y'all are real lucky because I built a cap on how many cats can be out at the same time. I just need one person to roll a d4. Oh, that's not true, actually. No, you're already at the maximum number of cats.
Okay.
I was like, wait,
Wait.
hold on. I have too many. All right. All of the small cats come out. You see 4 of the smaller cats come out, glowing in odd colors. And it is Cyrus's turn.
Okay, so Auric went through the door, pops back out. The door is currently open or closed?
Closed.
It's closed. The red light stopped and seemed to come back on. There's also now a red light up in the ceiling. There's like a bulb has like flickered and come on.
Okay. Did any of the cats advance closer to us, or did they all stay put?
The smaller cats did. They're coming down that middle aisle now.
Okay.
So you get this sense for sure that it did something when you went through the door. When Auric
Okay.
went through the door.
All right. I guess Cyrus will try going through the door then.
All right. Roll a d12. This is another 11. I just quit.
Don't roll an 11.
I mean, honestly, 11 is good. It just makes the puzzle completely incomprehensible.
12.
12. All right. Actually, that is both good and makes this much easier to understand. You pass through, and you all see. Oh, what did I do with it? Did I delete the red glow? Apparently, I did. Let me fix the lighting. So you pop out and back through. Now there is a second red bulb glowing up in the ceiling above, and the door to your left, sort of up along the wall, has now started to glow red.
Okay.
So you've used like 5 feet of movement. What else would you like to do?
Um, so if I does it so going through the door doesn't take an action or anything?
It took like 5 feet of movement.
Okay. Oh wait, that's right. Oh, well, yeah. So okay, so I don't think I can quite dash to that next door and open it all in a turn. Um, because I can't bonus action dash and action dash, can I?
You can.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. That's why rogues are like impossible to chase. Rogues
Okay.
and goblins. Even with no movement bonus, they move 90 feet per round.
All right, I'm gonna do that then. I guess go down to the left door to see what happens.
All right.
10, 20. So 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15. So that's because that's the door, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. We'll open that one up.
All right. Once again, you are looking weirdly back at yourself.
Okay. Walking through.
All right. A third red light now pops up, sort of hanging up in the ceiling somewhere. The room is now sort of dimly illuminated. The red light at the door Cyrus went through vanishes, and Cyrus is gone. And I'm not going to tell any of you where he is until you all figure out what to do next.
Ruh-roh.
So do we even know what direction he went?
Yeah, you would have seen him like go down.
Okay.
into that door.
Okay. Because my plan was then to follow him.
All
Dude.
right.
Can't stop yawning.
So that was Cyrus.
Oh.
Now we are at the big cats.
Mm-hmm.
The one sort of on the center aisle is going to hop up on top of the cubicles, and it's going to fire off a shot at each of you. That is a 10 against Auric and a 17 against Lexi.
All right, that hits.
And that is 4 points of piercing damage reduced to 2. The other one is still a big cat. It has just
Meow.
enough movement to get to Lexi.
Wisdom save.
Oh, yep, that's right. So actually, it might not have enough, because if it fails, it loses movement speed, right?
Okay.
I think it loses movement speed anyway.
I don't know.
It
Yeah.
only gets a 14.
All right. It takes 17
Nice.
necrotic damage.
So I'm actually going to give you a little extra here. This creature tries to enter this space, and you see all of these, like, there's this mist that has just settled around you that you've become very familiar with now. And as it draws closer, the mist sort of concentrates to that space and starts to swirl up into these calling birds. And this giant opalescent tiger is like racing forward, and it hits the edge, and it like sees the birds. It's like burned by this necrotic energy, and it like skitters to a stop and backs up. And you can catch this impression of just absolute terror on the face of this creature. All right. Seeing that, the other one is not going to advance. And actually, all of them are kind of like they did not like whatever that was.
Good.
So the others are just going to kind of advance to the edge, but they are not going to get any closer. All right, Lexi, you're up.
All right. Lexi is going to head off towards that door that Cyrus went through.
All right. And with a dash, you should be able to get there and get in.
Okay. Thank you. I was like, I can't see where I'm going. So.
Yeah, it's kind of hard when you have the dynamic lighting walls. They tend to eat just a little bit of every door, and so there's just a sliver of door sticking out.
Yeah, it's like, is that just like what is that? Is that door or is that something else?
All right, are you popping through?
Yep, popping through.
All right, Lexi is gone.
Okay.
Auric, you are now by yourself with a lot of cats, and it's your turn.
Auric's like, run away.
Now, the smart thing to do would be to follow.
Oh, God.
But it would be hilarious to start chasing the cats around with my spirit guardians.
I think they have to enter, or well, no, they said if they start their turn there.
Yeah. See, so how far away is that door?
It is about
dash to get
60
there?
feet. So if you dash, you could get there.
Okay. so I can't give a parting shot. Oh, wait. Yes, I can.
Yeah, bonus action, minute meteors.
Well, I had to drop my concentration on that for the Spirit Guardians.
Oh, that's right.
But as I am dashing towards the door, bonus action fireball.
All right.
Centered right here.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage. I'm going to roll a bunch of saving throws. That's...
I love 8d6 of damage.
Jeez.
30.
First save is 19. Second save, 19. Third save, almost a 19, but that's 5. And the last one gets a nat 20.
All right. Well, it was a 15 to save, so 3 of the 4 saved.
So that one, they're all still pretty hurt. One of them is like devastatingly hurt, and the others are all fairly hurt. All right. Do you pass through the door?
I do.
All right. And you disappear. You're all in an elevator. Yeah, the elevator seems to be sort of just sort of idling in space. What do y'all want to do?
Are there buttons?
There are buttons.
So last time we tried to go to almost, but not quite the top floor and ended up there.
Yes.
Do we want to actually try for the top floor this time, or?
I don't know.
I've still got my Spirit Guardians for like 10 minutes.
How beat up are we?
Well,
I'll
as
go
seems to be the trend, everyone else is kind of okay, and you are almost dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I guess the choice in front of you is you could probably snag a short rest in this elevator if you wanted to. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. You will lose Auric Spirit Guardians.
Yep. That's okay. I can just dismiss it to get healing that way.
It's true.
If we want to rest. And it seems like Cyrus probably wants to rest.
I'm down.
I'm okay with that.
All right. I will dismiss my Spirit Guardians and get 17 points of health back.
Nice.
Short rest.
And they'll let you all spend some hit dice.
Yeah. Okay. So. I click right there.
Yeah, however many dice you want to.
Oh, because I can spend as many as I want.
I think so, right?
Well,
As
I
many
have
as
a total
she
7.
has, yeah.
Yeah. I'll do 2. Yeah, which was nice because. Oh, okay, that was a 7. So that's 22.
Interesting.
Did we ever figure out if our tattoo worked to heal outside of the palace? I can't remember.
Honestly,
Oh.
I don't think that you all have ever tried it. You've talked about it, but you've never like actually checked to see if it works.
All right.
I help Cyrus.
Cyrus is going to see if it works.
All right. Yeah. So here's how I think we'll do this, because otherwise it's going to have really negative effects. So we'll say that you all are sort of taking the short rest, and Cyrus, you're kind of trying to like you're looking at this and trying to figure out like how does this work? Will this work here? How do you trigger it? It's kind of like a how would Cyrus try and like get it to work again?
Not just work, heal.
So I think you're like trying to do this, and it's doing nothing, and it's like the whole time you're having the short rest, it doesn't work, and then finally, uh, how would it not working for an hour make Cyrus feel?
Probably just resigned. Like he'd probably be like, yeah, all right. Like I think his assumption would be like it only worked in the palace.
So I think you sort of settle in, and you're just like, and as your hand sort of slides down the wall, coming to rest down beside you, as your palm sort of runs along the wall, it's like the material of the wall dissipates into smoke as your hand comes down, and it's like your hand tears this giant rent in the side of this space, and you feel that surge of energy again, but also you tear a corner off of this elevator. And immediately the lights in the elevator go into like emergency mode, and you all feel the whole elevator kind of like wobbling in a really disturbing way. What do y'all want to
Good
do?
job, Cyrus.
So you do get the benefit of a long rest.
I forget, is that just the healing of the long rest or the full long rest?
Oh
of
wait,
everyone?
I get a that did a okay. That's
Yeah.
not what I remembered that doing. Okay.
I think so.
I thought it was just like getting to use hit dice without really using hit dice.
Oh, so you remember this happened one time in the dungeon. So you were able to use it to restore health using hit dice occasionally, but one time you found like this sort of roiling sphere of energy, and you all were basically able to take a long rest in an instant.
Okay.
I think it was after. It might have been after the Blood Moon Blade fight,
Yeah.
and it's almost exactly the same. It's like your hand pulled this elevator wall apart into energy and just up into the mark.
Okay.
Man, every time I look, I'm a little overwhelmed by how much gold that Lexi is still carrying. All right. The elevator is sort of like traumatically, sort of shaking and wobbling. The emergency lights are on. What are you guys doing?
I'm going to look through the hole that Cyrus made.
It's like the void. You're like
We're not
staring
going
off
that way.
into absolute nothingness.
Okay, so maybe don't completely destroy the elevator.
In fact, I would say, all three of you give me an intelligence check.
Oh,
Woo, 5.
great.
17.
Oh, good. Somebody got something decent.
Okay, so Cyrus, this makes sense. So you were the first person of your group sort of through the door when you were escaping Banner and Norton's, the underground section. So you had a chance to kind of like look back through the door as everyone else ran out. And when it sort of collapsed behind you, for just a second, you saw all of the material space sort of fall away, and you just saw this void. Like the door just opened into nothingness for a second before the magic fully faded and you were looking at a storeroom again. Looking through this crack feels the same way. It seems like this is a space between spaces. And probably not one that is amenable to humanoid existence.
All right. So yeah, not doing anything with that.
Yeah.
Do we want to try the top floor?
Might as well.
Sure.
Be prepared to find the elevator again.
All right. So you all press the button. And again, there's no sense of motion. The door just... Although the elevator... The ding is kind of like warbling and distorted. Like an old... Like a toy that makes noise that's running out of batteries. And so instead of going just like ding, it's like... And the doors open. And you are in... another room, another sort of reception space. It's not exactly the same one that you saw downstairs, but it's a similar vibe.
Okay.
Down to a... this time it's a young man sitting at the desk. Welcome to Cawthorn, Allen, Tar, and Smith. How can I help you today?
All right. What's people's names again? We're here to see Buchanan.
Welcome to Cawthorn, Allen, Tar, and Smith. How, meow, can we... You see this young man burst apart into two, like, swarms of wicked, vicious-looking, what are they called? Is it Siamese cats? What are the hairless?
Sphinx.
Sphinx, there we go. Just, like, hairless, grizzled-looking cats. Each one is... Again, like, it's bigger than just like a house cat. But they're like distorted. Their ears are massive and their heads are like fully triangular. And their mouths are just full of little razor sharp fang-like teeth. And I'm going to have you all roll for initiative. Although I should have you wait until I actually open the encounter.
I think I'm still on the wrong map.
Oh, yep, I did it again.
Yep.
That would have been a way better reveal if I hadn't done it before you opened the map. All right. 19, 2, and 11.
Yep. Okay, there we are.
And we are still glowing.
Yep.
Yep.
Although, did I mean for it to still be red? I guess I did. Yeah, so there are these two swarms of these cat creatures. I mean, they're almost like a cartoon cloud. They're just sort of climbing and crawling all over each other. But what's more disturbing is that they're still talking in that voice. Welcome. And each one comes out of a different cat. Welcome to Cawthorn, Allen, Tar, and Smith. How can... and they're
Jesus
going to
insulted.
hiss sort of in chorus, and they are going to one of the swarms envelops Auric.
Rude.
You just have so many of these cats climbing and crawling around you. They are going to attack. That's only a 9 to hit. It misses. Like they don't manage to get any one significant blow, but there are a lot of them, and you get the impression that this is bad. Like this will be bad if they do manage to hit. The second swarm. Go ahead.
Got a claw in one of my threads of my sweater vest and are pulling it.
Yeah.
There's one just like fully hanging from the back of your sweater vest. Meow, can we help you? The other swarm sort of piles and rolls forward and is going to envelop Cyrus.
Lexi's just standing here with her friends surrounded by cats.
13 to hit.
Nope.
All right, Cyrus, you're up. You are enveloped in a cloud of cats.
All right. So how does attacking a swarm work?
Give me an intelligence check.
Not 1. Oh no, 7. Never mind. 10.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't super complicated. You would have information on this. Generally, they're harder to hurt with like physical attacks, even magical ones. Also, things that tend to affect just one of them don't tend to affect the swarm as a whole. So even if you knock like one creature in the swarm prone, it doesn't affect the whole swarm. So it doesn't substantially slow them down.
So like, can I sneak attack a swarm?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It is adjacent to not incapacitated allies, so.
Okay. I didn't know if I would need to like disengage first. All right. Yeah, I guess we'll just double short swords. Yeah. I think we'll just attack twice with the short swords then.
All right, roll for it.
$10 and then a 19.
Let's see. 19 hits.
Okay.
All right. Nice. Right. So 24 points of damage.
Yep.
Even cut in half, your blade just like slashes through enough cats that the swarm is like noticeably dissipated. It's not gone, but you can tell that it is substantially weakened. All right. Lexi, you're up.
All right. I think like, is it possible for me to slip my way between the two swarms of cats and out of the immediate danger zone?
You could go around. Because you're not actually in either of the swarms. But to get between them, you'd have to pass through one of them, which would get you an attack of opportunity.
Right. think I want to go around so that I'm not like that's not what I wanted. Stop that. I wanted to turn so I can see. Um hmm.
Don't shine that flashlight in my face.
I'm actually thinking that let's see here. No, I didn't want you to pop up. Don't do that. Game why? Huh. It's like there's a very strong part of me that's like, I do not want to get involved in this crap. But I'm unsure of what other options. I really don't know. Because there's a very strong part of me that's afraid if I attack the swarm of cats, I'm gonna hit one of the guys.
Oops, no longer cursed. Yeah, I think you can kind of just read the situation. Like you wouldn't have to worry about that.
Okay. All right. Well, since I've moved around and I'm closer to RX swarm, then I will hit that swarm. That's 12.
Uh, 12 is going to hit.
Okay. Sweet.
You're like hitting cats with a golf club. It's not. It is not physically difficult to do.
So that's 11 points of damage.
Emotionally and ethically may be different, but
Yeah, I know.
so
He doesn't approve.
are you attacking the same one? I guess you have to be attacking the other one. So you do notice your mallet is slightly less effective than you would expect. You managed to you just fully blast away several of the cats, but the swarm itself is still doing okay.
Okay.
But you got another attack.
Yep, I do. All right, that's an 11.
11 does not hit.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Damn.
All right. Auric, you're up.
All right, I need a ruling for
All right.
a directional spell like a cone or a line that originates from me. How would that impact a creature that is sharing my space?
You could hit it because it's big enough that it's not just sharing your space.
Well, because I'm thinking through, like, could I hit both of them?
That one's trickier because usually it's like the cone originates from, like if you're a cube, it originates from one of the facets of the cube.
Right.
But you could take, I don't think there's anything stopping you from taking a step further into the swarm you're in, which would give you a clear line.
Okay. So I could do that and it wouldn't then get an opportunity attack?
Correct.
Okay. And now I just have to figure out if this is going to hit my friends.
I would say you could drop it in between.
Okay. So, first things first, burning hands. Or, hang on. As a bonus action, burning hands. So that's a dex save, 15.
So when you use this ability, you see like patterns on all of these cats light up in the same color as your spell, and you see like part of the spell sort of bend and go around them. It seems like they have some kind of ability to warp magic of some kind. You don't know the extent of it. They both seem to have automatically succeeded on their saving throw. So they still both take damage, but again, not as much as you would expect.
Yep. So they just take 4 then because I rolled a 9.
Yep.
So that was my bonus action. And then as an action, I will use a breath weapon.
All right.
Which breath weapon? Let's do cold.
All right.
So that is a dex save of 13.
One gets a 13 and one gets an 11. No, an 8. It's a 6.
All right,
9.
so one succeeds and one does not. So 10 damage, halved for the one who saved.
Whew. They are both very hurt.
Whoa.
You did also notice your breath weapon wasn't affected the same way. It seems to be something specifically about spells.
Awesome.
All right. So that was action and bonus action.
Yep.
It is the creature's turns. Again, they are very hurt, but they are still attacking you all. That's a 6 against Auric and a 17 against Cyrus.
17 is my AC.
All right. Ties go to the runner. That is 7 points of piercing and 3 points of force.
Cool. I will uncanny dodge.
And that'll cut both, so you'll have 5. And you see their claws are kind of glowing at the edges. All right, that was both their turns. Cyrus, you're up. There are 2 very hurt swarms. There are now like dead giant cats laying sort of all over. Still glowing a little, even though they're dead. They didn't like burst into sparks like the others you fought.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna swing twice at, I guess, first swing at the one on me, and then.
And you still hear them kind of going, meow, help you.
All right, so that's a 24 to hit.
24 definitely hits.
And I guess I'll go ahead and roll the second. The other one will be a 23.
All right. It'll be very hard to not kill them.
Okay. All right, so first.
Dead. And dead. All right. So very rapidly, you all take out these 2 swarms of cats, and the sort of limp bodies are still sort of muttering just a little. Help you, Smith. Also, this room is like very dark, other than the lights you brought with you. Although I guess, did you relight the Fey Flame torch?
I don't think I ever turned it off, actually.
Okay. And Lexi, would you have left your flashlight on?
I probably would have turned it off in the elevator, but I was also thinking of casting the cantrip
All right.
instead.
Then I will change your light.
Yeah, cast it on my hand. Can see better now.
All right. So you're sort of illuminating this room. And you can see the space outside is only very dimly lit by red lights. We'll at least poke our heads if you want. What do you guys want to do?
So is there anything to investigate, like where they cats initially were sitting.
There's a desk there. Do you want to check it out?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right. So there's several drawers, and there's a computer and a phone. What do you want to check out?
Drawers.
All right. You find some sort of standard. There's like a drawer with a keyboard. There's a drawer with like standard sort of office stuff. Then there's a filing drawer with the same sheet after sheet of Sylvan script like you saw downstairs. Would you like to check any of them out?
Sure. Let's try the filing sheet you said.
Yeah. Same sort of scattered Sylvan. Give me another intelligence check.
$13.
All right. The first sheet. You sort of piece together the first few words. Please, date, would, name, tell, filing number, me. So you start sort of piecing it together. Please, would you tell me, she said, a little timidly, for she was not quite sure whether it was good manners for her to speak first, why your cat grins like that.
Cat.
All right. Do you want to check anything else? Do you want to pull any more?
No.
We want to
All
check
right.
the computer out.
We could try. I expect it'll be
A lot more of the
same
same.
as the stuff, the other floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. There's just folders and folders of more of these documents with more lines of Sylvan script.
Cats are weird, man.
they really are. Maybe this is not a lawyer's office so much as it's like, yeah, the typing pool, the creative writing.
Everyone go ahead and make an intelligence check with what Lexi just said.
11. Best intelligence check yet.
Oh man, I was so close to a B. So an 8.
12.
All right. I'll say probably Cyrus and Auric. So Lexi just sort of like wonders this out loud, and you two both sort of think about it for a second, and you realize this seems familiar. Something about the vibe here, and especially the way that you've been talking to these creatures. It makes you think of the Fickle Spirits Brewery. And very specifically, the sort of strange, illusory translation spell that was sort of laid over the place while the Beersall were controlling it. But it kind of seems like it's breaking down here.
Yeah.
You have the impression of a space that is filled with what are essentially cats, but with a veneer of illusory magic over it that is capable of responding appropriately as if it was a law office.
Yeah, I mean, I know they attacked us, but I'm really not proud of that last fight.
Yeah.
And I guess it is worth noting this whole place does have a bit of that that like rubber cement and sulfur cat piss smell to it.
Of course it does.
I mean, if it's a law office, they can't have litter boxes lying around, and that's just asking for trouble.
I guess maybe the smell only hits you when you made that connection. It's like every time you think about it more, you're loosening the spell's hold. All right. It is 9:57, so you all are in this small sort of reception area. There's a door to the south, and the door has like a large sort of frosted glass panel. And what you can see is sort of vague shapes dimly illuminated by red light. Some of the light from your various abilities is passing through the door. You can't see anything moving through the glass. And in fact, the space is eerily quiet. And that's where we'll come back next week.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and cut off our stream. Bye, Internet.
Bye, bots.